Hi there everybody, it's me again. Thank you for watching the last video I did, and thank you for the positive feedback. It was well received, which is really nice. I'm all for feedback, whether positive or negative, so I can either better myself or carry on doing what I'm doing. Right, talking about things that make you feel better. Is that people were saying that the comments I got was people saying that little spritz of their favourite perfume, makes their makes them feel better, or having a pedicure or a manicure or both. Simba, leave it alone, please. Thank you. Makes them feel better as well. So little things like that, if it makes you feel more human, let alone more girly, then just go for it. Yesterday was a bit of an off day for me again. It just happens sometimes, so it was not as bad as I usually get, but so I decided to cheer myself up and do my nails. But the only problem is I don't think they're long enough, so they're not as long as I usually have them. But the colour as well, so the bright orange, which is not really my colour, but I did it, and I thought, oh, and because it's gel polish as well, it's not kind of thing you can just rub off and then redo again. So what do you all think of those? And I put glitter on them just to, can you see that now? I put a bit of glitter on there too, lots of glitter on there to make them look a bit more thingy, but it's not me, is it? Look, it's not me, no, but hey, I'll stick with them, so they're bright and they're shiny, which is glittery, which is the main thing. And anything with a bit of glitter really cheers me up, and I've only been like that in the last couple of years actually. Before that I wasn't much into glitter because well, just didn't like it, but now as I'm getting older, I think a bit of glitter on does make you feel a bit better. Yes, so I suppose that they'll do, won't they, for a week or so? Yeah, they'll do. Quite chuffed with actually doing them myself anyway, but shorter than my usual nails. But hey, there you go. Today I want to touch on the attitude of other people towards us as trans people. I'm actually going I'm going on my personal experience. Before my surgery, it was even worse. It was really weird. It was like, so I haven't changed in my actions at all. But before I had my surgery, my gender reassignment surgery, people used to call me a freak and weirdo even more than they do now. I still get it sometimes. I still get looks and stares, but hey, that's part of life. People do stare at others if somebody is slightly different from the norm. People will stop and stare. And of course, people tend to stick up for me, which is not necessary at all. I was actually talking to a couple of people the other day about that, about other people sticking up for you. I have no problems with people calling me names. It's their problem, not mine. They are the ones that narrow-minded, not me. If it makes them feel good and make them feel important for about 2 seconds, call me a weirdo, so be it. So 2 seconds after that, they'll be calling somebody else something else anyway. So why have a go at them? It just makes things worse anyway. So and as I've said before, I'm so used to it by now that I don't notice it. And the looks and things. Sometimes I do if I'm feeling quite low and I'm putting a brave face on it, as it were, and I'm going, I have to go shopping and everything, and people are just staring and give me looks and whatever. That I do notice that, and it can get to me. But like I've always said, don't show them that it gets to you. I remember one incident that really freaked me out. I was in Asda shopping on a Sunday, and I was there, and there was an elderly couple, and we were doing their shopping, and she just nudged him, and he looked up, looked at me, and he physically drew back in shock. And I thought, oh my God, what the fuck's wrong with me? And excuse the language, but that is exactly what went through my head, was what the hell's wrong with me. And that really did upset me, because so that I just live my life without causing any offence, hopefully. Well, try not to anyway, but people seem to take offence with me just by breathing. And I breathe, and I'm entitled to the air that I breathe. I'm entitled to walk down the road, as we all are. And I suppose, so I don't know if it's because I'm trans that physically pull back, or because I'm very tall anyway. I'm 6'3", and so and I do get comments go, oh God, that's a tall woman, and I do get that comments even from children. It's really weird. And that happened the other day in Asda again, because I live in Asda, but I don't just go there for shopping now and again. I've got to go today actually. And this little girl walking past, and she turned to Mum. She said, "Oh, Mummy, that's a tall lady." And Mummy said, "Yes, some ladies can be very tall," which I thought was really sweet, So, but that's how it goes, and people will say stuff. But what we need to do as individuals is just not pay them any mind, so like just not bother with them. It's like it's their problem, and within 2 seconds that they would have forgotten about you anyway, and carry on like picking on someone else. And you have to remember that it's their lives that are down there, so that they feel so low in their own lives that they have to try and pick on someone to make them feel better and drag other people down to their level. So it is stupid, it's pathetic, and those people need to grow up, get a life, and F off, basically. It's like, do I call you names? Do I go and call you a weirdo? Do I call you this and that, the other? No, I don't. I leave you alone. I leave you to live your life, so you leave me to live my life. And I tell you now, so that if you don't like me, don't bother with me. Don't even bother calling me names, so that just makes you sound stupid in public, and people are going to look at you rather than look at me, as if to say, oh God, look at that bloody weirdo over there screaming obscenities at other people. So, and that's what it is. And I will get it. I will get the looks. I will get people shouting and screaming at me and calling me names or whatever. I will get threatened. It happens. It happens anyway, doesn't it? So, but in a trans life, it tends to happen a little bit more. But hey, that's life. That's society for you. Society doesn't like anything that's different from the way they are. Hello, Simba. It's such a dull day here today. I've got my sunglasses on because the sun's trying to come out. It's such a dull day, and maybe that's why this is just such a dull video. But I just wanted to get that out. It's like, it's like we have no right to call other people names and pick on them and bully them. Each and every one of us has the right and to walk down the road, have the right to be who we are. It's no one else's business. If it affects them in any way, in a negative way, then sort it out in private, not in bloody public, out in public and calling people's names. If, like I keep saying, if you don't like me, don't bother, don't even look at me, don't even interact with me, so that I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So I really am not. It's you are the one that's making the scene. You are the one that's being big and basically being a bully, and that's what those people are. They are bullies, and people do stare and people do look. But to all the people out there, if so if you're with someone and they get stared at, it's so that don't start on the people that are staring at your friend or your companion, because it'll just make it worse. And I'm used to people staring and looking at me. Go ahead, go and look at me. I don't care. So that it's like, next time I'll carry a bundle of photos. It'll last longer. That's what we used to say. I've always been the kind of person that people looked at because of the way I used to dress, and so that it was like, the more outrageous I was, the more hidden I was, the real me was, and that's how I dealt with it all. And it was like, I've had my photos taken, a bit on TV, blah blah blah, whatever, and all that, and people just do, people do, and I keep saying it, people do, and I keep repeating it and everything. I did have a list of, I have written a list of all the different things I want to talk about on here, but I've digressed from that list totally today. I thought to myself, well, after Monday, seeing Mandy and the people that was there, and we were talking about various things, and it's not just a trans issue. Some of these things, it could be because of your size, could be because of your disability, and people will pick because you are different from what they perceive as normal, which, my perception of normal might be totally different from your perception of the word normal. And we are all individuals, and life will be boring if each and every single one of us walked around with short hair, grey uniform. Well, I'm wearing a grey dress, so there you go. But short hair, no makeup, grey uniform, and a cap, and bobber boots, and every single one of us walked around like that. It would be such a boring place, and if we deviated from that, we'd get arrested or killed or whatever, shot or whatever, and that has happened in other countries in living memory. So we should embrace diversity. We should embrace our differences and other people's differences as well. It's what's in the heart that counts, not how you look and how you not of, it's who you are, not what you are. That's what counts. That's what matters the most, and we should never ever lose sight of that. So that I am a human being at the end of the day. My name is Tony. I happen to be trans, which is not a major thing in the scheme of things. Other things, sort of matter to me more than my being trans. My being trans is just a small part of me. So that if you want to know about Tony, get to know Tony, not get to know the trans Tony. Get to know the person Tony, which is a person, and that's what we all are. We're all individuals, and I shall leave you with that, because I'm not going to bore you anymore. Well, I do that anyway. So, but I shall let you all off this time with the boredom, and I'm going to go shopping or something like that now to make myself feel a little bit better. And so the dogs are panting away like sex-starved poodles in the corner over there. So it's hot weather. Anyway, so okay, well, share, like, subscribe, unlike, or whatever, but please give me some feedback, which is lovely. I do enjoy the feedbacks, whether negative or positive, because we all learn from feedbacks, don't we? So and I want to learn if I say something that's not, that's below the belt, as it were. Let me know. If you don't like the way I say things and do my videos, let me know. So Simba's decided to have a pee right there now. Bloody boy, and I cleaned it up this morning as well. Never mind. Hey, put a nappy on him or something. So give him a catheter. Is he wheeze in a bag? No. No, I've had enough of those catheters in it. But anyway, so yes. So if you do enjoy and like, and if you can see a plant next to me there, I know they look a bit dried up at the moment. Those are my magnolia plants. They were on the other side of the patio, but because the sunshine hits there most of the day, as you can see, they're a little bit sun scorched. Some of the leaves, so I had to move them over to this end, so they get less sun, and they seem to thrive a little bit better actually. Only did that 2 days ago, so they're doing quite well. Yes, so So this is what I did yesterday to cheer myself up. But it's very bright and very summery, I think. But not done them very well. And thank you, Sue, for the colour, because it's called Kiss Me Red. It was from the stuff that you gave me a few months ago before you moved. It was called Kiss Me Red. So I used that, and I thought it was going to be bright red, but it's not. It's bright orange. But never mind. It's lovely. Well, not my colour, but you know, it's bright, it's summery, so thank you. And I've added a bit of glitter on there, so, a couple of glitters from a company that I get my my gel nail varnish from online off eBay. Oh, and by the way, I was talking again about things that cheer you up. The Boots bath stuff was called Royal Jelly, and it was lovely. The smell of it was delicious from Boots. I don't know if they still do it. I think I saw some a few weeks ago in Boots, so I don't know if they still do it, but it's beautiful. It is lovely, and the bath oil definitely makes your skin feel so soft afterwards. And the dewberry and white musk, it was not musk, that's from the Body Shop. Sorry, I had my hair up in this, so I used this to put my hair up, so but I'll put it back down now at the minute, so because I look like, well, it wasn't bloody Dracula's daughter, I can tell you. It was like, oh God, take the, you know, send thee to the nunnery, as it were. Look, but the hair needs to be doing again, honestly. But that's by the by. Anyway, look, have a lovely day, enjoy the sunshine, and speak to you soon.